Some paints are opaque straight from the tube. This means they'll cover up any colour that you place them over. These two happen to be a cadmium red and a cerulean blue. Other colours, like this viridian here, are quite transparent. And you can see that they have a really big influence on the lighter colours that they go over, but almost no influence at all over the darker colours. Now, this means we can use them really, really usefully as a glaze to augment and change other colours. Here's another example. This one's dioxazine purple. And you can see that the dioxazine can deepen some of the other colours like this orange and this red, but without them going kind of murky, so you get a clarity of colour in the mixes. So let's demonstrate now how we can use these colours in glaze work on a painting. This is the glazing medium that I'm using with the colours, so it's quite a runny mixture. And you can either buy an over-the-counter glazing mixture, or you can mix one up together using linseed oil and thinners. The tail on this cockerel was painted in black and white oil paint and is now dry, so we can put a glaze work layer on the top. I'm going to begin by using viridian, and I'm going to place the viridian coming in from one end of the feather and then the other end towards the middle. So we'll choose another feather, come up from the base of it, in from the other end, and where the green passes over white and grey, it causes it to have a kind of metallic effect, which is exactly what we want, because they're these kind of iridescent green feathers that he's got in his tail. So that's already looking much better, but I want to emphasize the way the tail reflects light from the sky. So for that, I'm going to use viridian with a little bit of white and a little bit of dioxazine. So now I've got a more opaque mix on my brush. And I'm going to add this mix to just some of the central areas of the feather. So I'm going to let it blend into the already wet glaze. That's the man himself. I'm following the contour of each feather, describing where it's reflecting the sky. Now, if I want more of a feathery texture to it, what I'm going to need is a brush that's gone a little bit splayed out, and I can pick up a little bit of that purple white, and again, going into the wet paint, we'll bring a little bit of texture to the center section where we can see the reflection. We get that feathery texture. I have to wipe the brush in between because it'll pick up the colour that's already there. Let's do one more. Let's do this one here. Got a bit of a brighter reflection to it. So we have to bring the feather texture away from what would be the centre of the feather in both directions in a symmetrical way. There we've got the texture of the feather. And one more thing that I will do is to come back with some, this one is a brown and a phthalo blue mixed together to make a really dark mix. And to that I'm adding a little bit of that dioxazine purple, so that you can see it here. So this mix here is a really dark mix. It's not totally opaque, and I've got some glazed medium in it so that it will flow. I'm just going to use that to emphasize the darkest areas in this tail. So places where the feathers really fall into shadow, I'll emphasize them. And again, I'm coming up from one end towards the middle of each feather, but not as far towards the middle as I did with the green. Another one that dangles down there that we're going to see a bit of the floor. And then as I approach the centre of each feather, we'll just blend that very darkest colour in with the other colours that we've made. Same goes for just a little bit here at the base of the tail where it's falling into shadow. Definition in between where some of the feathers cross one another. And there we have it.